What is up, y'all? We are back with another episode of Pushing Buttons. This is episode 31 for my Spanish speaking. We did this shit already. So
what that mean, though?
We're going to move right through it.
Just move it along.
31. We are on episode 31. I am joined by my lovely co-hosts today. To my left, I have the very popular, melanin glowing, microphone toting, topics man his damn self, Keith.
What's up, B?
I do want to say, man, I'm a little fucked up today, so I'm trying to remember everything. And then all the way to the end of this couch, we have the very popular, very Instagrammable, now we know what it means, Miss IG her damn self, Claudia.
What's up?
So, before we go around the room and see how everybody is doing, I do want to say that we are on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and we are on Anchor for your ass. And we are on YouTube, so go subscribe. We would greatly appreciate it. More content coming soon. We're going to have that shit up and running. We've got a lot of surprises for everyone, a lot of different things for different types of folks, different strokes for different folks. That's what we come to do, you know, content. We're going to be the content kings and queens. So we are going to go around the room and see how everybody is doing. So, Keith, how are you doing today, man?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. It's fine. I haven't slept yet since I went to work last night, but I'm fine.
Wow, look at the trooper. Claudia, how you doing?
I'm good. It's been an interesting week. I got my first dose of COVID vaccine.
Oh no!
Congrats.
So I haven't grown a toe.
You've got You've got the beast's mark. Isn't that what they're calling it, or the devil's mark, or some shit like that? All these like conspirators.
Oh yeah,
that.
Really?
No, I haven't heard
Yeah.
that.
They're like saying like all the religious people, right? Shout out to all the religious people.
I like the quote.
Yeah,
unquote.
they're walking around telling people are getting bit by the devil or something like that. That's the devil's mark or some shit.
Anyway.
So you got the first one. How you feeling?
Yeah. I feel good. It was just some soreness in the arm yesterday, but then today I'm fine. We'll see how the second dose goes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we are not an educational podcast, but
So
Claudia said that we are. She's experiencing soreness. So for everybody, we're gonna educate the folks a little bit that are listening.
You just said,
but we're gonna do it anyway. Fuck it. And if we're wrong, fact check us. I don't give a fuck. Hit me up. I'll take care of it. So the first round for me was similar to what Claudia's saying. Very tired, sore arm, just knocked the fuck out, and then lasted like a day, and I was good. Mm-hmm. The second time around, this second dose has fucked me up like really bad. Yesterday I felt tired, sore, and like it was more extreme than the first time around. So I felt it more. Like it started with
they gave you a dose.
Yeah. They gave me the devil for real. And I felt a pain on my back, right? And then so I was like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna feel this way because I got it. That's how I felt the first time, kind of similar. I was wrong. It's windy outside. It's cold. So I got the second one. I got the second shot. I felt similar to the first one. And now today I woke up and I felt like Jerome Bettis hit me with a tackle. Like I just felt horrible. Like I felt really bad, sore. I felt like a car hit me. I was telling Claudia, I felt like I did squats for 7 hours yesterday. My cheeks were hurting. And by those, I don't mean
You
these.
sure?
Yes, Keith, I'm sure. I'm sure.
The way you look.
Anyway, so I felt that way. I felt like shit. Today's been a shitty day, so that's how I'll introduce everybody to how I'm feeling today. It's just been a shitty day. But we're here. I'm going to make it through. We're going to make it through. I'm fine. We'll figure out the rest as we go. So I do want to say, though, if I do die, man, I told the people what to do. You know what I'm saying? If I do kick rocks, go file a lawsuit or something, get some money. So we're gonna keep on going and rolling along with the first topic of the night. And it's brought to us by, Topics Man. So how fitting is that? It's brought to us by Topics Man this week. So Keith, what is the topic you're bringing to the podcast today?
Oh man. Well, what I wanted to know from you guys, do you guys feel like you have a big influence on your siblings or friends' relationships, or parents if they're single? Do you think you have a influence on it, like
on somebody's relationship?
Yes. Like, do you tell them like you're with somebody that's not compatible, or you think?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
One of those friends who's like,
those people that are always up in your business.
Or do you know a friend that does that a lot? Or
yeah, I know people like that. I don't know. I don't have friends.
I don't
think so.
But do you know people like that?
I don't think you do that. And also for the listeners, we have somebody here behind the scenes hanging out with us today. I don't think he does this either. So I don't think anybody in my immediate circle does any of that.
But you know people that.
But I do know people like that like to be in people's business. How do you guys feel about that? I guess that's what you're asking, right? How do you feel about somebody who does that? I tell them to fuck off. Like I tell them to fuck off. Yeah. Realistically, like that's just stupid, Like, why would you? I don't care what you say. Like, I don't care. Your input means nothing to me when you're not there every day in the relationship. Like, you can see and be in the outside looking in, but we never truly know. So I don't know. I would never like tell somebody, "Oh, you're with the wrong person," Like, I'll talk crap and I'll be like, "Yo, man, she kind of sucks." You know what I'm saying? Like that I'll say, right? But I won't be like, you shouldn't be with this person. Even though I feel deep down inside that's how I feel. I'll tell it to somebody else, but I won't tell it to the person. Because we've had a situation like this before, right? Where I just didn't feel like the person was right for the person that was with them. But I didn't like go and be like, it's not going to work out. You should leave them. And blah, blah. I was more like, you're better than this. That's all.
You just gave them advice.
Not even advice. I don't even think that's advice.
Or you just tell them what you think.
Yeah.
And let them choose.
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to be like constantly trying to get you to, hey man, this person's no good for you, get away from them, or even like say that to their partner. Like, that would be fucked up to say to their partner, like, hey man, like, no good for my friend. Like, it would just be more like I would tell people that. I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
What about you, Claudia?
I mind my own business. If you're choosing to be in a toxic relationship, that's on you. I'm not the person that's going to go out of my way to tell you anything unless I see that it's causing harm in a certain way, kind of like anything that could go from DV or, things like that, serious things. But there are people who, they like what they like. And they like being played, and they like playing those games, and they like doing all that extra stuff. So I'm just there as much as and the reason why I'm like that, where I mind my business, is because I've been in situations where people bring me in, right? And they're kind of like, hey, what do you think about this? Like, what do you think I should do? And so then I give my opinion, like, listen, this is clearly not good for you. You have to choose. It's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. And the next thing you know, they're happy again with the same person. And I'm just like, I'm not going to waste my time and energy.
Are we jumping in? I shouldn't say that. I'm going to bleep that out. If somebody is in an intimate partner violence relationship, are we stepping in?
I'd step in very cautiously because you don't know what that other person is capable of.
What do you mean?
Like in a relationship with that dynamic, you can't just step in because you don't know what the other person will do to your friend or whomever, because, like, oh, your friends are now aware, so this is what I'm going to do to you, where threats could come in and harm, they could do something harmful.
They can get more violent because they upset that you told anybody.
Exactly.
Is what
or that people are noticing.
Or people notice more.
So you have to be very cautious
in that
those
situation.
situations.
What if you step in and then the person just doesn't care? Like the person that's receiving the abuse.
You just step back at that point. There's only so much you can do.
Yeah.
But you guys are stepping in.
Yeah, that the first time.
Stepping in?
yeah.
I don't know if I step in.
I'm not stepping
I'm
in.
leaving it
I'm
alone.
leaving it alone.
Because that's between the two people.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, at that point, like, what can you tell a grown person? And even then, right? Like, in situations where you do decide to jump in, and then that person, you end up going through a bunch of shit, and then that person's just like, nah, like, let's say you call the cops, and the cops show up, and they arrest the person, and now your friend's like, nah, don't arrest them. So you just did all of that for nothing.
No, and there's been cases like that. I mean, I experience that every couple months when I see it at my place of work, right? Where they're all pissed and you could see the like swollen cheeks and the eye and this and that. And then they're like, yeah, call the cops. And then the cops come and they're like, no, we don't want to press charges.
Yeah.
But there's only so much you could do. At the end of the day, I'm there to assist you. All I could really do is a safety plan. Once you're ready to leave, what steps are you going to take? But then again, I'm looking at it from a different perspective, you know? So that's all I can really do.
That's
What
good.
about you, Keith?
Yeah.
Are you stepping in like the original topic of this?
What?
Would you step in if like you thought somebody was with the wrong person?
No.
No?
No.
You're not gonna say nothing?
Nope.
Not even your friend? Like
No.
on the side? Or somebody else, like another
No.
friend within that circle?
No, I haven't done that. No.
No?
What about a sibling?
I haven't done that. No.
No.
Nice. Huh? Keith is
We're all grown. I mean,
a man of peace.
Yeah.
I see.
I mind my own
because I
business.
won't want them stepping in with mine. So why would I do it to them?
That's true.
Yes, yeah.
This is true. All right. That's a good one then. That's a good one.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. Wasn't that one? You were being hard on yourself. It was good. It was really good. You did good. Good job, man. Moving right along. It is the month of love. It's also Black History Month, by the way. Shout out to
Yeah.
We
My
are
black-
30
my-
minutes into the episode and you finally. No, I'm joking.
I forgot.
I know you forget. We got the shortest stick now.
You put me on the spot, right? Keith, man.
I'm
Keith,
joking.
you can't come in here and not stand up for it and then decide to stand up for it. That's not how it works, man. You can't play both, man. You got.
I can't. Why not?
You got to play one side.
I thought it was light skin. No, I'm joking.
It is the month of love. So
Yes.
our topics today are going to revolve around, I guess, Valentine's Day and love, right? I do want to say something, though. In the U.S., Valentine's Day has become a thing of partners, right? So it's for partners, not so much for friends, right? Like, I feel like that's not the idea behind it in the U.S. as much. Are you unaware of that, Keith?
I mean, that's how they.
I know it's mostly for partners, but I know some people that do celebrate it with their friends.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like,
But here's the thing: when they celebrate it with their friends, are they single or are they taken?
No, I mean I heard people that they say they send their girlfriends flowers and stuff like that. Like they celebrate that day with them.
Like a Galentine's?
Yeah, something like that.
how do you guys feel like that?
I don't personally know why.
Why not? It should be
It should be for everybody.
It should be
Yeah,
in
it's
Spanish.
love.
In Spanish is el Dia del Amor,
What
y
you just
amistad,
said? No, I'm
Yeah.
joking.
which is the day of love and friendships.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. See, so I think in the U.S. it became a
Just the partners thing.
yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? Like it became a partners
We
thing.
just adapted to
It became a money thing, realistically.
That's what I'm.
Yeah.
It's a money grab.
Because they know you're not gonna spend for your friends like that. They know you're gonna spend for your partner like that. Though. That's where it comes. See, they check the algorithms too. Yeah. So I feel like that's it's become more of that, right? So do you guys agree?
Yeah.
More,
Yeah, I think so,
friendship,
yeah.
Like, has it ever been more like a friend thing for you guys?
No.
Never. For me, it was when I was a kid.
Yeah. For me, I remember I loved going to school on Valentine's Day and getting the little cards.
Yeah. Get
And
the
I
little
loved like
cards with
making them and
candy.
giving them.
Yeah.
And even as an adult, actually, I would spend Valentine's Day with like my friends, but mainly because we were all just single. And lonely.
Imagine being a little lonely kid at school that doesn't get a Valentine's Day card.
I remember those kids. I always made sure to make cards for every single kid because there were some petty
bitch ass little
yes,
kids.
Oh my
they
God.
would not make it because you're a loser.
Yeah.
Kids are evil.
Yeah, they are. So yeah, we are gonna be on the topics of love. Let me see what we got over here. Valentine's Day. Oh, how surprising. So let's see. When was the first time you celebrated Valentine's Day? Like an actual one, not a friendship one. Like with a partner. How did that go for you guys? Your first like Valentine's Day experience with somebody. Mine was fucking cheesy and corny. Cheesy and corny. It was lame. Like I was like, yeah, you're a fucking loser, dude.
Really?
Thinking
What'd
back
you
on
do?
it, just like I don't know.
Explain. What'd you do? What
Like,
happened?
it was like, you know, you barely got any money and shit because you like in school. Like I didn't have girlfriends till I was in high school, so I didn't like. I had girls that liked me when I was in elementary school, but I wasn't dating them. Like we fucking come to school and go home, like with our parents at that. Like our parents pick us up, like, but yeah, like in high school, like that's what it was, and it was more like I barely had money to buy anything, so like. I was fucking asking my parents for money to go buy flowers and all this other bullshit, or just money that I had saved, right? So I think I remember buying like flowers and like some cheap ass fucking shit that'll turn your ear green or your neck green, you know, like some like lame ass little like, you know, something that's not expensive, you know, and just cute and sweet. But I thought that was corny, right? Like it's just corny to me.
How
Like,
old were you?
Maybe like 14, 15, whenever the freshman year of high school was. It was just corny to me. Isn't that lame? Like, you have to ask your parents for the Valentine's Day gift money.
Really?
You? Claudia?
I don't know. I wouldn't say it was memorable. It was with an asshole, so I'm kind of like, did I really, you know, like and ever since then, Valentine's Day has just been like, ugh, like
Really?
ugh.
You don't celebrate it now?
I celebrate it now because I'm in love.
Oh.
So it's
Oh
important.
my God.
Here's the thing.
Come on, man. Throw some spice into the thing, man.
Here's the thing. It's important. The thing is that it's important to her. For me, Valentine's Day, again, it's more about spending money. And like you said, that's where I focus. And I'm like, wow, they're really going to make it about that. But to her, it matters. So, of course, I'm going to have to meet her halfway. I'm not just going to be an asshole and be like, I don't care about Valentine's Day. So, because I'm not that person, I'm not going to do that. But other than that, honestly, it was just that one Valentine's Day. And that was in high school. And it wasn't a very good experience. I ended up breaking up with the person like the day after. I was just...
The day after?
Yeah, it was not a good thing.
You're a horrible person.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're a horrible person for that.
No, because-
you broke up with him the day after Valentine's Day.
No,
That's
because
sick.
this person was expecting a little happy ending of sex and was pushing himself on me. And I said, no. No means fucking no. And so he didn't get that. And I was like, you're not for me. Like, if you're not able to respect my 10 no's, then you're not the one.
I'm not advocating for that, but he's a horny little high school kid. So come on, man. Like, what you expect? You expected morals?
I mean, I get that, but I expect respect.
Yes.
From a child.
No, so you're telling me that whoever you were with in high school and they would say no, you
I
still
said
go.
no. I said no most
And
of the time. And then some of them didn't respect it.
Okay, and then how did you feel?
I was like, well, leave me alone. That's it.
Well, for
She
me,
said leave it
yeah, for me,
alone.
same
Next
thing.
day.
Leave me
But I
alone.
didn't break up with him after Valentine's Day.
No, I was like, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh, I forgot to say, though, it started to rain, too, that day on Valentine's Day.
Aw, did you
What do
kiss
you mean
in
start to
the rain?
rain?
So then we were in the rain, you know, hanging out and shit. Fucking flowers is all...
That is so corny.
It's lame, I'm telling you. Corny.
The Notebook style.
Yeah, you know, what do you want?
Yeah.
Tell me what you want. It was lame, man. What about you, Keith? Your first Valentine's Day, man. Don't tell me you were like, I know you're a play, but, you know, tell us one that's like when you're a little bit older, you know.
I will tell you the one. It's last year.
That was your first Valentine's?
First one I celebrated.
Really?
Last year.
Aw.
Oh, did you spend $500?
I spent a
Probably.
decent amount on like everything. Probably like getting the whole day together. Probably.
Damn, you're a baller.
How am I a baller?
Again,
$500?
update on the bougie standings.
B is
Keith,
one.
Claudia, Rojas, me.
You're gonna go all the way down. No, yeah, it was last year because I bought myself a suit. I bought her dress, and
Okay, he went Christian Grey on her.
Did you pick her up in a chopper?
No,
No, in a limousine.
no, it wasn't a limousine.
rental car?
It was a decent Uber.
Oh,
I left.
he Uber blacked it. He Uber blacked it.
Black.
She got picked up in a Suburban with the tinted windows.
We got lucky with the car.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Did you get lucky at night?
What happened?
Is that the only thing you got lucky?
Oh
in,
my
Keith?
god,
So how was it?
it was really good.
How did you feel about it?
Oh, I thought it was good. I went to a restaurant I really wanted to go to. It was a good restaurant. It was Chicago weekend, All Star.
Yeah.
So I saw the TNT basketball party that they have. We passed right by it. It was like really like right down the street from the restaurant where it's at. We actually got to the restaurant kind of late because the reservations was kind of filled up because it was busy that weekend. So we actually didn't even get to the restaurant till like 9:00. We didn't leave till like 11:30, 12.
You were like, come on, man. I got
It was freezing cold that day too.
It was.
It was
cold
freezing cold
yep.
that day.
That's cute, man. You know, you're the model of Valentine's Day, man. You're the standard. You're the gold standard of Valentine's Day.
How am I the gold standard, Claudia? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean,
That's extravagant. $500 is extravagant.
I mean,
it is.
granted, the meal was like
Where did you go eat? Where did you
it was.
Chicago
It was
Chicago.
no, it wasn't Chicago. It was Swift and Sons. Had beef Wellington for the first time.
Oh.
Look at him. Explain to us what. I'm just kidding.
Explain
You
to
know
the
what beef
people.
Wellington is.
Explain to
You
the
don't know
poor
what it
folk.
is. You shouldn't have it.
Damn.
Okay, Keith. He's just bougie.
Yeah,
He's just
he
bougie.
is. It's okay.
Really?
He's just bougie.
She wanted alcohol. She wanted me to try. I'm like, I don't drink. It was nasty.
So you didn't try it?
Yeah, I tried it. It's nasty.
Yeah, I
drank?
know you did.
Yeah, you try.
Yeah, of course you did.
Yeah,
you were like, I have to try this, so then
Right,
later,
you know, I gotta try this so you can try something else later.
Oh my god, it was awful. Like always.
That's cool, man. I'm glad you're. That's cute. I celebrated early, I guess. At first, like my Valentine's Day. I'm saying like my first one was
Yeah, first one, yeah.
trash. It's gotten better though.
See, mine it wasn't trash.
Are you guys romantic?
I didn't want it not to be early anyway.
Are you romantic?
Am I? I guess so. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
You, Claudia?
I am.
You're romantic?
Yeah.
You guys are lame.
But I'm romantic in a way that because she don't really.
Look at try to break down romantic.
No.
Go ahead, bro.
Sometimes she don't she don't like flowers because she don't take care of them. I told you this before, didn't I?
So she wants like diamonds. Those last forever.
No. She's not obsessed with diamonds.
Kiss begin with K.
Every kiss begins with Keith. With K, see?
I bet. Yeah, she don't like flowers, so I mean, I
So are you gonna outdo what you did last year? This year?
This year, maybe,
More money?
$1,000 this year.
maybe not. No,
Make it happen, man.
Maybe not, because this year is different.
Why?
Why?
Because I'm not working at the same place I used to.
So you're not making this.
I'm not making the same money.
Okay.
So this year is a little different. But it's not gonna. It's not gonna.
You gonna find.
I'm gonna find a way.
You're gonna find a way to
Yeah,
still spend
yeah.
it. You know, spend $1,000 and shit. You're gonna do it. You gonna let me know.
Oh my! I'm gonna let you know how much it costs.
Yeah. Let me
Okay,
know
cool.
how much it costs.
I'll let you know. Well, last year I picked the place, so this year she'll pick the place.
Do you take turns?
On,
With like 1 year she'll plan it, the next year you'll plan it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll give it the option. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I told her
don't know, man.
no, because I picked the place for the anniversary, so she's gonna pick the place. So
Okay.
we agreed on that. I was like, okay, cool.
All right. So moving on. Right. Moving on. On the same topic of love.
Yeah,
we're on.
excellent.
It's a love. I did ask her. She says she is romantic.
In what way?
No, I can't say because her birthday.
Prepare for the corniness.
Yes, her birthday is actually coming. She's planning Valentine's Day, so I don't know what we're doing. All I know is that we're going to Wisconsin.
Do you guys alternate?
So the thing is that last year we were not able to celebrate because I was so sick that I couldn't go anywhere. I was just in bed. So this year she's planning it. I don't know what we're doing, but I'm excited. But I'm making it up to her for her birthday and then also for last year's Valentine. So it's gonna be it's a whole weekend thing. So it's gonna be a special thing.
Making money. Look at my friends, man. I had such rich friends, man. I want to be as rich as you guys. One day. Just as rich as you guys.
Nah, it's called budgeting.
It's called being rich. I like when rich people are like, you got to budget. Budget those $20 you got. Like, get out of here with this budgeting bullshit. This shit don't work. It's easy to say when you got money, right? Just budget. Look at you. Look at you. So, on the same topic of love, right? Does your parents' relationship skew the way you view relationships? Like, how much impact do your parents' relationships have on your current or relationships in general with your significant other? Like, have they made it better? Have you tried to learn from what they've done? Have you done more of the same? Like, how has that molded your guys' relationships, if at all?
I haven't done much of the same. My parents was together until we were 6, right, Kenny? Till like 6, and they split up. But they don't have a bad working relationship with us as kids. They don't talk or nothing like that, but they don't have no malice between each other. And I think that kind of helped. That helped me like know that you can co-parent or you can coexist with another woman without having it to be bad for you to go somewhere and live with another parent and feel like you're taken away from another parent. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You think that the divorce changed the way you viewed relationships, or the separation? I should say.
A little bit.
Whatever it is, separation, divorce.
A little bit. Yeah.
It changed the way you view relationships.
Yeah. It told me that.
How so?
It tell me that you can always work things out. It don't necessarily have to be one way or another.
So would you say you've been negatively impacted by the separation?
No, I've been positively impacted.
Positively?
Yes, because I think we all did pretty well as kids. I think they raised us to have 6 kids.
Would you say that's all the way across the board the same?
I wouldn't say it's all the way across the board, but if you just put us all together, like all my siblings, I think they did a pretty good job with what they had. So
you don't so divorce wasn't a bad thing for you in a sense?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't a bad thing for us.
Okay.
Not that I don't think it was a bad thing.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people personally who, or actually a bunch of my friends' parents aren't even together. I think I have like one friend that's parents are still together. So like most of my friends, their parents aren't together to begin with, and some of them have it has impacted the way they view relationships. Because they came from a broken home, whatever you want to call it, and they view relationships differently, right? And so they've been negatively impacted by it. And I think I was having a discussion with somebody, I don't know who it was, but they were making the argument that all kids and all people that go through separation or divorce with their parents tend to view relationships negatively, and it impacts the relationship negatively. And my argument was that I know a bunch of people whose relationships weren't impacted by the way their parents' relationship ended up, So that was my argument. So I don't know, from what I've seen, I know the positive and I know the negative, because I do have friends that it was negatively impacted that we have that.
Yeah, coming from us, like us growing up, we didn't know too many couples that was married. Like none of our aunts, it was normal we didn't know any married couples. Like I'd never been to a wedding. I don't think he ever been.
Well, now recently you
recently you have, but I don't think I ever been to one. Before your brother,
never been to one.
But we growing up, we never been to one. That's marriage wasn't a thing that was talked about a lot.
But it didn't negatively
impact me because it was like normal. Like most of my aunts and uncles, they weren't in like stable relationships for a long time.
Yeah. Interesting.
but it
What
didn't
about you?
negatively affect me.
Claudia, did your parents' like the way your parents' relationship impact anything you've gone through, like with relationships?
I feel my parents, I mean, they've been together for a very long time. They were, I think, like 17 when they started dating. So when they had me, they were 21. And through that, I feel like I witnessed a lot of their growth, a lot of them trying to be young adults, having fun, but then also trying to parent, which also caused a lot of me witnessing a lot of toxic behavior from both sides.
Yeah.
My parents, again, they've always been great at co-parenting. However, for each other, it was always a toxic relationship, right? I feel like as they've grown older, it's more of a friendship that they've built together. And it's like they have love and respect for each other, and they've learned to embrace
Coexist
that. But at a very young age, I you know, I don't know what they were going through, but I did witness a lot of that. And that, in a sense, did impact a lot of my past dynamics with people where I didn't exactly want relationships. I wasn't looking for anything serious. I didn't want anything serious. For a very long time, I was just like, I'd rather be single and do my own thing than waste my time with someone who's not going to respect, who's way too jealous, who's way too controlling. I like my freedom, right? And then with the relationship that I'm in, I've learned to grow a lot. And it's because I'm also with someone who's kind of like, hey, listen, we're two grown adults. Like, you either trust me or you don't. That's, you know, the cards are on the table. This is what I have to offer. But in the past, there was a lot of behind my back and a lot of like, okay, what's going on? What's this? What's that? A lot of hot and cold, which was essentially a lot of what I experienced with the relationship and dynamic that my parents had. And I didn't realize, but I was going after that because that's what was familiar to me. Whereas when I found this, I was like, oh, this is weird and very adult-like and very, you know, it's something serious and it's healthy, right? And when you go into something healthy, being used to things that are so toxic, it scares you. And I think I mentioned this in the last podcast when we were talking about insecurities, and I mentioned to be like, it's something that I'm working on, and it truly feels good to be able to just put all those guards down and say, you know what, I trust everything, just don't give me a reason to not trust. So I've learned from my parents' mistakes, and it has impacted me in the past for sure. Whereas now I feel like I'm growing out of it, where I'm like, I'm not my parents' relationship. And then I'm seeing also their dynamic and how they've grown and how they're just working on themselves. And maybe it took a little time, but in a way it's like, okay, that's nice to see, right? And they're doing it not so much for myself, but also because they have another daughter that's younger than me. She's 12. So it's like you have another person you're influencing. You don't want to fuck up the way you did with me, essentially.
No.
So, yeah.
Interesting. For me, I don't know. I see a lot of, like, in my household, there was a lot of, it wasn't also like the greatest of relationships, right? At the beginning, right? When I was younger, right? Because there was a lot of things going on that didn't necessarily have to do with the relationship. It had to do with people's conditions and stuff like that. So, like, people just, I saw a lot of stuff in my household, depression, stuff like that. So that was something that I saw, and I saw the way certain people reacted, right, to things. But I don't think it necessarily molded the way I viewed relationships. It just changed the way I viewed life and people in general that suffer through these things, right, and through mental health issues, right. And yeah, like Claudia's saying, like, so, you know, you see people, especially with parents, right? You see parents kind of grow with time, right? And the older they get, in a sense, it almost becomes a friendship now, right? At that point, right? When you've been with somebody for so fucking long, right? Like, you've been with somebody forever. Like, I've been with my girlfriend for a long time, and you know, I think, like I was explaining to you the last episode as well, I've also grown, right? But that's something that I've been changing about myself in the relationship and outside of that, right? Where I've learned to just you reach a certain level in your life, right, where you start to understand life better and you start to view things differently, and things that should bother you or used to bother you don't bother you anymore, right? And that I brought that to me, the way I am evolves with the relationship as well, right? So I bring that along with me, and I see a lot of similarities still to this day, right, with my parents and my relationship. They're very, very similar, very distinct. I think when people say that you get with people that are kind of like your parents, I see in my personal experience currently that is almost true, right? I see a shit ton of similarities between my girlfriend and my mom, and I see a lot of similarities between me and my dad, right? My dad's always had a very laid back, chill, life is life, things happen type of laid back way, right? And that's kind of how I am, right? And then you see my girlfriend, and I see kind of my mom in a sense as far as personality wise, right? Where it's a lot of similarities. And to me, in that aspect, the relationship is identical, right? Obviously, I've also taken things that I've seen negatively and applied to my relationship and made them positive, right? And positively reinforced it into my relationship. So I don't know. I am a firm believer that, people date similar people to what their parents are like, right? Or personality wise. Mm-hmm. Not necessarily like the way they look.
Yeah,
right? Well, like personality wise, right? So staying on this topic, do you I know Claudia has smaller siblings. You have you only have one sibling, right? And she's younger.
Yeah.
Right? So maybe this will be like a different thing, right? Like for you it'll be the opposite of that, right? Do you think she views the way you do you think what kind of example do you think you're setting as far as relationship, if any, to your younger sibling? Like, do you think she sees what you do? Do you show or do you speak to your sister about like that kind of stuff?
Yeah. I have a pretty open relationship with my sister in the sense of like communication, where I mean, she's it's so weird. Kids nowadays are just so weird compared to, to us. And there was a specific case where one of her friends was just being a complete little asshole. And I told her, you don't have to take it. You don't have to be nice to someone just because they're feeling some type of way about something. And it was mostly because this girl wasn't cool with my sister having other friends or hanging out too much with like someone else over FaceTime. And it's like, you have different friends, right? And so I told her, I was like, you need to make sure you set those boundaries, because in relationships, if you start being okay with situations like these in friendships, in relationships is going to be even harder to get out of. So I definitely do speak to her about it. She definitely sees the dynamic that Jade and I have. Jade has opened up a friendship with my sister, which I really appreciate that she's done. Like, she's willing to talk to her. We sit with her, we hang out with her when we can. So she has that, right? She sees that. And then she also has that with my parents, where they also talk to her. But definitely as her older sister, I do feel that one of my duties is, in a way, protect her the best way I can by communicating with her, not telling her what to do, simply communicating with her. But again, at the end of the day, she's going to make the choices she's going to make. But yeah, definitely it's a lot of communication back and forth.
People are going to people.
Yeah.
So you, Keith, obviously you have older siblings,
yes,
right?
all older.
How did you grow up seeing them in relationships, and did that impact the way you viewed relationships at all?
I grew up seeing them in relationships, not so often, because we kind of split up. Me and my brother went with my mom and my sister, and we kind of split up. So I didn't see from 12 all the way up to like high school. We're kind of distant. We're separated as siblings, but that don't mean that we don't love each other any much or less. We just didn't grow up in school all together during the same ages, and having to see that. But my brother moved to us, and we lived with him, and he was in a relationship with a girl and had a kid, and it wasn't the greatest relationship because I mean she was
People go through
okay,
things.
but they're going through things. But you know, you try not to do that. You try to find someone that's not gonna be someone like that dynamic type.
So you do look at it.
Yeah, I
and
do
be
look
like,
at it. I can say that it wasn't the greatest relationship. You can tell, like you can see and tell that.
So it set an example.
It set an example like that's not what I
but
want.
it didn't like negatively be like, oh, like now I don't like, you weren't like looking at that and being like, damn, like our relationships are all relationships like that, or
No, I wasn't looking at it like that. I was like, I just want to wait for the one person that I know. I didn't necessarily want to jump into anything like that. I wanted to wait, but basically, and I didn't feel no problem with waiting, and I didn't see no problem in it. But now, like most of my siblings are in relationships.
then so none of them really negatively impacted.
No,
you,
none
right?
of them never. No.
See, man, I need more people like y'all in my like.
Really?
If people just were like this, then I would be like, dang, you know, because most people like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of times people, and maybe it's wrong for me to think that, right? To think that everybody will have the same mentality we all have, right? But I feel like in a sense sometimes people are not very strong mentally, right? And don't see that they have that mental capacity to be strong and to, you know, push through things, right? Or to see negative things in your life and not let it impact the way you view everything, right? And I think that's very important, right? Is to take stuff that you see and not necessarily look at it like it could be a negative experience. It could be a negative thing that you're looking at, but not necessarily apply that to everything in your life and then just be like, this, everything is negative, right? Like there should be some type of, you're not learning at that point, right?
Do you feel like most people look at that and just go and get attracted to the negativity?
I feel like if most people see stuff like that and then just think that everything is
everything.
like that,
do you think that that's just what
they
it
just
is?
think that's how that
you
is.
just think
and that's where you get toxic people, right? Or you get people who don't know how to be in a relationship
because that's what they saw,
or don't know, you know, or think everybody's out to get them, or whatever the case may be, right?
Is it because they didn't have that strong mentality? Is what you're saying?
Honestly think, that it's a mental game, right? At the end of the day, it's a mental game.
And again, there are also people who, on paper, they would be the perfect partner, right? You'd be like, oh my God, this person is perfect. Like check. And then you get into an actual relationship with them and it is exhausting.
Or horrible, yeah.
And it's like, wow, I was not aware. But again, on paper, you seemed pretty legit. So it does have to do a lot with people's mentality. And like you said, and I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of times there's a lot of people who till this day don't believe in mental health. And I genuinely believe that in a relationship, mental health has a lot to do with whether the relationship like lasts or whether it just sinks. And a lot of people just don't acknowledge their partners, you know, what they're struggling with, or what, you know, a lot of people are just kind of like, you're fine. It's just a moment of sadness. No, it's not that, you know, like I need your support. Like, what is it, right? Like, sit with me and talk. And I think that once you find that, you really need to appreciate it, because a lot of people are just like, you'll be fine. It'll pass.
Yeah. And that's what I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm by all means, right? Like, I'm not like the perfect boyfriend.
None of us are.
No,
Right?
yeah. No.
And like, and that's something that I'm learning to apply, right? Is to understand what the other person is going through, right? Or what the other person's mental state is, right? Because that is a very important thing to take into consideration, right? But yeah, it's like I was saying, like that just, I don't know, people just apply negativity, right, to things all the time, and it kind of creates this, you know, culture of people who think it's okay, right? And you got all these people, and you know, all it takes is for one person to be like, fuck all guys, and then you got fucking 30 other minions, you know, following right behind saying fuck all guys, right? And that's what I'm saying, right? It's not the same. And I every time I see people and I see girls, or I see people who try to bunch me into a thing, don't put me into a bunch of Like, don't compare me to another guy, like, or don't put me in the same bubble with all guys. You know what I'm saying? And I think more often than not, we get put in those, situations where we're all bundled up together, and nobody appreciates that, right?
Nah.
Like, fuck are you? You don't know me. So, but moving on, right? I didn't even say what I have 3 sisters, right? So and the 2 are older, and another one's married, and she's younger than me. I don't think none of them really negatively impacted me though. Like I didn't, my sister was younger, and then she beat me to the punch, and she got married. So, and she seems to be okay, but she was always that type, right? The motherly, like, and the family thing. For me, that's never been something that I'm like at the top of my list to do, right? To get married and do things like that's not number 1 for me, right? It's just not. It's selfish, but that's just my mentality on it, right? But so it never negatively impacted me. I never had like my older sisters. I didn't really see them because they lived in Mexico, and then they moved around, and then one of them lived with me, but they didn't. I think only one of them stayed with the person that they were actually who had kids with and had a family with, and then the other one is just a wild card. She's all over the place. But obviously, like, I didn't live with them, so I didn't really see too much of relationships, right? And then my sister, I just kind of, I'm cool with everybody, so I build relationships with everybody. So it wasn't like I looked at the guy and I was like, oh, like, what are you bringing to the table? It was more like, just see how they work, how they act around each other, what the dynamic is, and go from there. But I'm not going to jump and tell my sister what to do, So moving right along on this lovely, I don't know how much time we have. We should have a decent one.
Yeah, we'll get this
right?
one.
So, moving along with this Valentine's Day shit. I know Keith had lined up if like showing love makes you vulnerable, right? Because a lot of times, I don't know how you guys feel about that, right? Or even just showing affection. Like, how do you guys feel about that? Like, how do you guys feel about showing affection to, like, are you guys affectionate? Like, are you guys affectionate with your partners, would you say? Like, are you extremely affectionate, moderately affectionate, not affectionate at all? Like, how are you guys in your relationships? Keith, you're looking at me confused.
No, I'm not. Yeah, I would say I'm affectionate, yeah.
Are you more affectionate than her?
Yes, I would say.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I know, is that
I would
weird?
not expect that.
You wouldn't?
No.
Okay.
Man. You're so cold and mean to me. don't ever say I love you back.
God.
He walks by, he's like, what up?
Yeah, what up? Back, I love you, bro. See you next week, man. He'd be like, all right. Peace. So you're the more affectionate one.
I would say yes.
How does she take that? Does she like it?
Yeah, she like it. She'll tell me if she gets bothered.
She'll tell you?
Has she ever told you?
Has she ever told you?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And how does that make you feel?
All right. Like, that's what she wants. I can get a gauge of what she wants.
Okay.
You're not annoying?
No, it's not. It's not
annoying.
I'm not. I don't purposely be annoying. She tell me to stop.
Annoying.
I stop right away.
Not me. I'm annoying. I'm annoying as fuck.
But I take stuff like literally. So I'll stop altogether. And she's like, I didn't want you to stop altogether.
You see, man. Little foreplay. I get you a little foreplay. Yeah. Don't get upset, Keith, man. Come on, man. We got a podcast today, man.
I got you.
You got to bring some spice to the shit.
You're so funny.
And what about you, Claudia? Are you affectionate in your relationship? Who's the more affectionate one?
I would say she is the most affectionate one. But I think I come in at a close second. But it's for sure her.
Her?
She's more affectionate, yeah.
How do you react? Like when has she ever been overly affectionate?
No. She's never been like
What about you?
overly annoying.
What about you?
No. Like I understand when like sometimes when you're cuddling, there's a moment where it gets hot and you're just like,
So let's sweat a little bit.
And I can't. No.
So I swear.
So that's, you kind of just, you give each other your space. And I think we've learned those cues. So no, honestly, I haven't been annoyed by her being overly affectionate. It's just other things she annoys me with.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm overly affectionate. I like affection. That's just me like showing you that I love you. Like, I don't know. It's just I'm overly affectionate, but I'm affectionate with people in general, right? Like I like to hug people. I like to shake up. I'm just overly affectionate with everybody. But with her, sometimes I just annoy her and go over the top of affection.
She gets mad.
Yeah, she gets pissed.
Really,
yeah.
really?
Yeah.
You tried to do it
because she's not affectionate, right?
She's not.
She's not that affectionate. No, you guys have seen her. You can barely get 2 words out of her sometimes. You know, she's quiet. She's timid. She's very, to herself, and she doesn't like. She wants me there, but not there all the time. Right? At a distance, right? Or when she wants, like a cat, like your cat, bitch ass cat, fucking cat. Yeah, like a cat. They want the affection when they want it, and then they get out.
Yeah,
get out my way. That's how it is. And I'm kind of like, no, motherfucker. Now you want affection, you go get affection. So I don't know. That's just how I am. I'm very affectionate. How do we show different love to different people? Would you say there's a difference? Like, can you show the same amount of love to your friends that you show to your partner? And I don't mean sexually, so get your hands out together. But like, can you be like, I love my best friend. Like my brothers, I love all my brothers.
Yeah,
I love them just as much as I love my girlfriend, probably. Like it's a close race.
It's a close
I don't know
race?
about loving like I have something in my hand. Loving someone, loving like a friend as much as I love my partner. I don't know about that, but I do.
Is it close?
Yeah, it's close. It's close, definitely. Like there's a lot. I have created a good amount of people in my life who are close.
Me and
really
Keith
close.
are right outside that closeness.
We are?
Yeah, remember? You don't remember the episode 3 episodes ago?
It's like the circle.
It's a
and
circle, and Keith's a little dot over here, and I'm a little dot over the bottom somewhere.
Nah. But no, I definitely think that you can love your friends a close second to how you love your partner. I mean, at the end of the day, they've probably been through more things than your partner has with you, because a lot of friends come from when you were little,
Can you love your parents more than your partner?
I think so.
Do you love your parents more than your partner?
I definitely love my parents more than I would love my partner. I mean,
your parents more than your girlfriend? Keith?
Right now, yes.
Tread softly, man.
Oh my God.
She's listening. Maybe.
No,
She don't listen, right?
She don't listen.
Not a friend of the show. All right.
It's okay.
Shout out to you, by the way. I love you. You're great.
Yeah, I can see that, but I can see it changing too.
So wait,
I like my parents more.
You love your parents more.
Yes, but I can see it changing.
Don't like them more than her.
like I like them more.
I can see it changing.
Yeah. I don't know.
Because I can get closer with her rather than my parents.
Really?
Yeah.
I think I'm closer to my parents. I think my parents are at like the top. Although there's just people that have some people have gone through more shit with you than other people have, realistically speaking.
And that changes it?
Yeah, it just changes it. Like we had Rojas on here when was it, 2 episodes ago?
Not the last one.
No,
2
2
episodes
ago.
And he's been my friend since the 3rd grade. Like we've been through a lot of shit together, right? And so it changes the way you view certain friends, right? But yeah, like I don't know. I think I love my brothers. I think it's like my girlfriend, then my family, and then my brother is like right under. But it's all like really close, right? Like you said, it may be interchangeable, interchangeable standings. But I don't. I think you can definitely just love. I don't know, man. Just love people, man. I think that's what we're learning from.
Do you love strangers?
Do I love strangers?
Yes.
If they hate me.
Why?
Because I love that shit, man. I love the hate. I honestly think I love when people hate more than when people love.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I don't know. It motivates me. It like.
Do you think that the people who hate on you secretly love you? That's why?
Yeah. But I also don't think that many people hate me.
You just think it's...
I think I hate more people than people know. Like, people don't know as much. Like, people that know me probably don't know that I hate them. Right? Not you
Say
guys
no.
though.
You hate me, B? It's okay.
I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. So, can we talk about how far we've come along with Claudia as a friend?
Yeah.
Like she's one of my close friends now. I talk to her damn near almost every day.
Almost every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I'm saying I was agreeing with him.
Keith, you never show up, man.
He just
When
likes
have
the
I ever been
comments and shows the
He just likes
and
it.
sends the list.
That's the topic.
When have I ever been a texter though, B?
No, but Keith, I always say this. He comes through.
Yeah.
Keith comes through. I karaoke'd with Keith. That's it. You can never break that bond. A Halsey song too.
All right. So it's Keith B. Got it. Say less. Don't worry. It's Keith and then Claudia.
No. I mean, I still remember that one argument. Well, it wasn't even an argument. It was a discussion, a very passionate discussion that we had at Roja's house. And I remember in the dining room, and a bunch of his friends were there, and a bunch of people were just
it was
like,
just me and you going
and it
at
was
it.
just you and I going at it. And then I remember just being like, all right, well, I gotta go because I had to go to Boys Town that night just to, go out
Party.
dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, all right, B, I'll see you. We just hugged it out, and everybody was like, what the fuck? Y'all were literally just
Each other's necks. And in typical fashion of me, we set the standard for the the discussion. She left to a party, and I was like, "Fuck this argument," and then everybody else was just arguing amongst themselves.
Yeah.
That's the way I like it.
Wow.
You know, just watch the world burn behind you. I love that shit. But yeah, come on, man. Now that we're talking friendships and love and all this other stuff. Honestly, we've come a long way with Claudia. I talk to Claudia every day,
You do.
Yeah.
and it's not just podcast stuff. That was just a joke.
It was. I mean, I think that group chat, it involves a lot of different things.
Sometimes it's just random shit.
Yeah.
Like we might
Yeah.
not talk for
They
hours.
send
and shit,
videos,
and they just send
whatever.
something.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's what I like. That I appreciate those types of friendships, right? And then every now and then we get together besides the podcast, right? We just haven't done it because of COVID,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
this is the only time we have. And we also work, and then we got to do the podcast. This is a lot. We don't want to hang out with each other too much,
No.
because we see each other once a week already. Maybe more soon.
Probably.
So more work for me. Yay. But I think it's good to close this episode.
Yeah,
out.
that's
I
fine.
think we're good. I think we reached a good level. I appreciate you guys being here, and maybe you can be a guest on here one day. Maybe, and then he's also gonna be popping up. We're talking to Keith's brother here. He's joining us today in the background. He will be shooting some stuff with Keith today. Surprise, surprise. And we'll keep y'all posted on when that comes out. But before we get out of here, I do want to say that we are on all streaming platforms. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and we are on Anchor for your ass. And we're on YouTube, so go subscribe. I am not 100% sure what's going on with Google because from what I had heard, they were already gone. Maybe we're going to have to find new places to go to. I've been seeing iHeartRadio a lot. I've been seeing Stitcher. I've been seeing a couple other streaming services. Amazon. Remember when I was bullshitting and I was like,
Oh, really? They got.
Yeah.
there's two companies that sent me something to set up our podcast on. This other company called Vivubler, and then another one and then Amazon. When I told you, I thought it was fake, right? And then
okay.
Amazon is doing like an Amazon Music thing, right? And they're gonna have podcasts on there. So maybe ours will be on there at some point. Maybe I'll be saying more than just Anchor for your ass and all that other shit.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. We're your favorite podcast. And that's all I got. That was episode 31 for y'all.
Yes.
Peace. Yeah.